Hi there, my name's Lachlan Higgy. I'm going to do a bit of a tutorial today on how to set up the server for RadioDJ. Got a request from the guys on the Facebook page actually, and basically some people have been having some issues getting basically remote firing of things such as these listed on the screen. Enable input, enable auto DJ, play next track, etc, etc. So basically I'm going to do a bit of a tutorial on how I set it up. Now I'm using two computers, or think of it like two computers. If you understand, I've got a virtual machine set up, which is right here, which is running the RadioDJ software. Alright, so what you're going to need, of course, I'm just going to assume that you've set it all up. You've got all the database configured, you've got your music, etc, etc. So we'll start in Windows XP, and with a bit of luck I'll get this to go full screen. Excuse me. Alright, so we are in the RadioDJ software. What we want to do is set up the server. So from here we're going to click on Options, and we're going to click Options again. And then right over on the right hand side we've got a thing called Server. I'm going to click on that. Now basically you have to check this box, type in a password, so at the moment we've got password, and allowed host IP, so this is something we will come back to in a minute. Once we've done that, just hit OK. And apologies in advance for that hissing in the background. That is my fan on my Mac, keeping my computer from killing itself. Currently running at 81 degrees or something ridiculous. Anyway, right, the next thing is we need to configure the firewall. So what that is opening the port. Now, hang on a second, if I go back into this, go back into server. Now let's see, the server port is 5454. That's just the default with RadioDJ. Now you can change that to absolutely anything you want, but at the moment we'll keep it as the default. So go OK. So now we have to set up the firewall, which is embedded in Windows XP. Now the reason I'm using Windows XP is, for some reason on Windows 7 there's just a lot of errors popping up. Yeah, so it went back to good old Windows XP, and it seems to be working really well actually. As you can see, I've just configured the classic theme. I don't know, just like it, looks a bit cleaner or something. Alright, so we go to configure it. So again we'll go to Start, go to Settings, and we will click on Control Panel. That might be different for you, just somehow make your way to Control Panel. Now it may look like this, your computer, or your Control Panel rather. Just go up here and click Switch to Classic View. That just makes life a little bit easier with all the icons just separated. I don't know, I like it better. Mute button, whatever. If you know how to get to Firewall, just open the Firewall. So in this case it's down here, it's called Windows Firewall, so we're going to double click on it, and it's on, which is good. Now you can do this with the firewall off, which means it should just automatically work, so you won't have to do this step. So you can either turn it off for testing purposes, or maybe it's not connected to the internet or something. So as it says here, not recommended. I'm not recommending it, but I don't know, for testing purposes it might work. Alright, we're going to click on Exceptions. Yes, that's good. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add a port. Now, I'm going to call this RadioDJ-server. You call it anything you like, just something you remember. Alright, and what we're going to do, we're going to open the port. So where it says port number here, that's the number that it said in the server software before. So basically it's going to be 5454. And I'm going to click on Change the Scope. and what you can do, any computer, including those on the internet, my network, custom list. I'm going to select my network, so it only lets people use it from internally basically, and click OK. Now this error won't come up because you won't have added this, but that basically just means, as you can see over here, it already exists, so hit OK. In this case I'm going to hit cancel, and there it is there. I've actually called it auto request for some other testing purposes, but you can see it's the same thing. Make sure it's on TCP2 by the way, 5454, and actually I've selected any computer, so it probably really doesn't matter. Alrighty, so we'll exit out of that, go back to the screen, which is lovely. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go into the command prompt, and what we're going to do is find our IP address. So we do that by going start and run, and then we just type the letters C and D. So C for cat, M for monkey, and D for dog. Alternatively, you can go start, programs, accessories, and command prompt. That's another way to do it, but this is just quicker and easier. And you hit OK, of course. Okay, now you see this black box. You may or may not have seen it before. Don't be too scared. You can't break your computer with it. You can if you really tried, but yeah, just don't listen to that part. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to type the word IP, so Internet Protocol, you might have heard that before, or I for igloo and P for pizza, and the word config after that, so C for cat, O for octopus, N for Nelly, F for fat, and I for igloo, and G for goat. I'm going to put a space, I'm going to do a /, and then we're going to type the word all. No space after that, and then simply just hit enter. Okay, now this is good. This is what we want to see. Hopefully it'll be easy. You'll see the Ethernet adapter local area connection. It might look a bit different, but basically what we're looking for is the IP address. And as you can see, mine is 10.1.1.12. Let me just close my door. Hang on a second. It's a bit better. Don't have the sister singing in the background. Okay, so we want the IP address, 10.1.1.12, and just write that down somewhere. Make sure you just recall it as, RadioDJ software or something that resembles the computer running the RadioDJ software. Right, so we've got that 10.1.1.12, and we'll get out of that. Okay, now we're going to go to our other computer. So in this case, I'm just going to minimize the virtual machine. So if you have two physical computers, this will be just like moving from one computer to another. And you've got to make sure that they're on the same network too, so make sure that they're actually plugged into a router or a switch or a hub or something, or wirelessly connected. It doesn't matter, it's just as long as it's within the same network and they can communicate with one another. Right, what we're going to do, I'm on a Mac, and what I'm going to do is find the IP address of this. So basically we're finding the IP address of the computer that wants to remotely control it. Now if you have Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, the same rules apply as we did before. So if I go back into Windows XP, like I said, just follow the steps before, take this video back a little bit, click run, type CMD, and get the IP address, so it's the exact same process. I'm hoping it'll be a different IP address to the RadioDJ software, or that could cause some issues, but with a bit of luck, yours will be. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do it on a Mac. So I'm going to just go command space, which didn't work. Let's try it again. Command space, and see up the top right hand corner it opens Spotlight, and I'm just going to open Terminal. You can see it pop down the bottom there. Alright, now this is similar. Terminal is similar to Command Prompt, which we opened here. It was that black box. It basically does sort of the same things. What we're going to do is find the IP address of this computer, and we're going to type the words the letters I for igloo, F for fat, excuse me. So if config, C for cat, O for octopus, N for Nelly, I for igloo, and G for goat. So it's basically the same as Windows XP, or just Windows I should say, but instead of IP, it is IF config. And we can just hit enter. No, we can't. I didn't even spell that right. So IF CONFIG. There we go. Now it'll look kind of similar to what's happening in Windows. In Windows. But what we're looking for is the IP address, which is next to iNet. It'll look similar. Well, I'm hoping it looks similar to the RadioDJ software. So it'll probably, in my case, it should start with 10.1.1. anything really. In my case, it's 3. So write that down somewhere. So 10.1.1.3. Okay, you've written that down. Now we're going to go back over to the virtual machine, or in this case, you're going back to your RadioDJ program on a separate machine. Going to go back into the server. Going to click Options again. Basically going back to where we were before. I'm going to click Options a second time. Go and click on the server. Now this allowed host IPs. Now this is what's going to basically let your computer or your RadioDJ software, geez, I'm going well, be controlled remotely. So what we want to do, it probably looks something like this, maybe with that semicolon there. And what we want to do is type in the IP address of the remote PC, so the PC not running RadioDJ, and in my case it's 10.1.1.3, and put a semicolon. Make sure that 127.0.0.1 is, I haven't tried it without it, but I don't know, it might make some interesting things happen. And just make sure there's a semicolon. Is it a semicolon? I don't even know. The dot with the comma thing, that's how I know it. I think a semicolon's that. Anyway, yeah. It's where the semicolon thing is. Anyway, you'll figure it out, I hope. Going well. And then hit OK. Now with a bit of luck, this should work. Yeah. Okay. Now what you can do for some instructions, you can go into my computer. This might just help you along. It helped me the first time. You go local disk. So this should apply for both, or for all Windows computers. Go Program Files, RadioDJ, and Help. And then we're going to open using the server. I'm going to open it on my Mac because I haven't installed any PDF reader. So that's what we had open at the start, which is this: how to set up your server. So basically, it's what we've done. Okay. Now, I am going to copy. Going well here. Copy this. No, I'm not going well. Okay, this is awkward. Look. Oh, what have I done here? Let's not do that. Let's get away from that too. Oh, it's showing up all my websites, which is lovely. Right, we'll try this. So what we're going to do, maybe print this out, might make life easier. Actually, yeah, I'm going to click on that. I haven't actually prepared for this tutorial, by the way. I'm just doing it as I go. So you can comment on it and tell me I'm shit, which is fine. So I'm going to click on this link. Just going to open in a web browser, I'm hoping. But it's not actually going to do anything because it's not directing to anywhere. Well, it shouldn't be anyway. Alright, now what we're going to do, this first IP address is going to be the IP address of the computer running the RadioDJ software. So the very first IP address that we got. So in my case it's 10.1.1.12. And then we got a semicolon, and we have the port. So that's the port, that was the default port, which is 5454. Now what we're going to do is we're going to enter our computer's IP. So this is after, so we have a / after the IP address and the port, and then we're going to go 10.1.1.3, and that's the computer, that's the IP address of my Mac or whatever. Alright, now, so we put a / after that, and then where it says my password, we're going to put password, because that's what we set. And in this help document, if you scroll down to the second page, it's got a list of all the commands. Hopefully they'll add some more, such as to get rid of the automation for like a stop next sort of thing. And yeah, you can add songs and stuff, which is really cool. And I think what I might do in the future is create like an Apache sort of a web server, which I've got running at the moment, actually program it so you wouldn't even have to know much. You just have to be able to put a button in and link it, basically, for possible outside broadcasts, remote broadcast of like radio station, and then you could just have a touchscreen laptop with you or something and basically just hit play, and you could do all sorts of things. You could get the track information, which you can already do, which is kind of cool because it's through my SQL, MySQL, whatever the hell you want to call it. It gets the song information, which is really, really cool. So now live, well, there's nothing actually playing, but that was what was playing or something. But, yeah. Yeah, so it'd be really cool to get like a button panel to be able to play the next track, show what's currently playing, even add songs. Yeah, so that'll be sort of my next step. Alright, so passwords, I'll turn my sound up so you'll probably out here. Apologies once again for that sound. We've now gone up to 6,200 revs or rotations per minute, which is depressing. On your behalf, you probably got this annoying hiss. But yeah, you'll be right, get over it. Alright, let's move on. Password, and we've already got the command play next track. What I'm basically going to do is hit enter.
Live, local, interactive. The Energy Breakthrough's best music mix. Rush FM. Don't switch off. We know where you live.
Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't expecting that to pop up. That's just some demo content that I've got for a thing that I do. But yeah, so you can see it works instantly, and I think because I've got so much running, I've got Screenium, I've got Audacity, because for some reason the program won't record my voice, and I've also got a VirtualBox VM. I'll just hit that. Let's just mute that for a second. Yeah, it just is sort of really jumpy for some weird reason, which is not what usually happens. But as you can see, it worked instantly. If you look back in the commands list and down here, it says server response. If I get 250, which is what I've got right here, it basically means success. Things have happened. Wonderful things have happened. These are the error codes: 100, 101, 102. Obviously, yeah. If you just sort of look through this PDF document, it'll help. It'll help a fair bit. Yeah, just have a read through this. because some of the things that I've said are probably jumbled up or something. But yeah, let's just try something else. I'll turn the volume down a little bit. And yeah, let's just go play next track. And I'll have a secondary tab set up so I can stop it. I'll just hit enter so we get a response here. So I've got 250, which means success. So I'll turn the volume down a little bit. I'll hit play next track from this one. So basically I'm just sending the command through the enter button. You might have like a go button or something. So hit enter. And you can hear that struggled. It's not going well tonight, but anyway, you get the idea. And I think this feature could be really handy. The only downside with this at the moment, I'm not sure if they're fixing it, is we can't switch off this automated, we can't toggle between assisted and automated modes, which I'd really like to see because that's important for stop nexting a song. So basically, you want to speak or you want to do something after that song's finished. Yeah, I think that'd be important, and I'm sure it's not too hard to implement from the guys. But yeah, just make sure you've got the latest version too. I've got 0.1.6.0 is my version, and it's all configured with my SQL and stuff like that. And yeah, basically I'm just gonna show you this. This is another command, add top. So basically it adds a song ID because each one of your tracks has an ID. So you could create some cool program which would be able to select the songs from a remote location, which actually there is something at the moment. If I just go test, I think. No, that didn't work, did it? RadioDJ maybe? Yeah, that's not it either, but that's kind of cool too. Alright, I've tried to avoid showing you the index, but anyway. RadioDJ, let's try this. No, that's not it either. I'm going well here. Stand by, people. It's back in the other thing. Oh. No, Jesus. Apologies here. Now playing. Okay. So if I go to test, and over here, I've got song request, which it would be really handy for remote things. Although at the moment I haven't managed to get it working. I'm not sure why, because I think it runs through the same server settings and stuff. So if I click request, it says, yeah, server offline. So I just have to have a bit of fiddling with that and see what's happening. But it's really cool. It says what's now live, which you could integrate into your website. Top songs, top albums, and a homepage, of course. But yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments or reply to the. I think I'm going to post this in the forum. Yeah, sorry for the noise, the background noise of my fan. Sorry for the mistakes that I've made, but I think you get the idea. Yeah, alright, I might make another tutorial another day for something. Just message me or something and ask me, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, I really like this feature of remote controlling or remote firing of things. It's going to be really handy if I end up using it at a radio station, which I'm currently setting up. Yeah. Alright then. Thanks very much for watching. Please leave your comments of how terrible I was below. This is actually my first tutorial ever for anything. I think it's actually my first upload to like YouTube. Actually no, I might have uploaded a video or something, but anyway, that's irrelevant. Alright, thanks very much for watching, And yeah, catch you later. See if I can stop this thing. Yeah, no, not happening. Still not happening. Oh yes. Oh, what have I done there? Hang on a second. Alright, I think I've got it now.